I did have a bunch to learn when I first started doing this about making a video, although I found that the learning curve wasn't as steep as I thought it was going to be. What I have been doing is making screen recordings using QuickTime. The latest version of QuickTime has a built-in screen recorder, audio recorder, video recorder, and the screen recorder records both audio and video. So I used that, and I also hooked up a microphone for myself so there could be audio and video as well. So the movies that the students watch don't include me at a board or something like that. It's just a screenshot of what's happening. So writing magically appears on the screen, and you hear me talking along with it. And I can incorporate other things in, other kinds of visual things in movies within the video, and animated graphics and things like that. And then to actually make the movie file that the students would watch, I used iMovie. I would just import that screen recording into iMovie and edit and then re-export it as a movie file. And I found that I had some things to learn, but it wasn't bad. iMovie is not a terribly difficult program to learn, and I wasn't doing terribly sophisticated things. I wasn't trying to re-edit audio and do different layers of things. It was just take the chunks of the screen recording that were actually good and splice them together, and there's your movie. Once the videos are exported, I think they come out in M4V format, I just upload them to Moodle. So I put them on just a general Moodle page with a link so the students can go to the page and they can just click and watch it there, or they can right-click or control-click and download the movie. And then Moodle also has a podcast feature, so I also put up a podcast there. That ended up really helping one student at least, who doesn't have regular internet access at home. So as long as he opened his laptop for 5 minutes a day at school, iTunes would automatically download anything new that I'd posted, and then he would have it available to watch. I wondered at the beginning of the year if I could rely on every student being able to watch the videos, because I didn't want to assume everyone had internet access. I figured that because the students all had laptops, they would at least be able to watch the movies at school. But having the podcast feature so that iTunes could automatically download really resolved the question completely. I've been told by students who are not actually in my classes that they watch the videos sometimes too, maybe along with their own lessons or as they're reviewing for a test or something like that. So I know they're being used by the wider Punahou community, at least the ALG 2 students. Advice I would give someone is find out what someone else has already done and at least start by imitating that. That's a good starting place.